Welcome back to the Right to Rise Collective. I'm Leslie. I'm so grateful that you're here. And this is a sacred space where we are honoring the healing power of our stories, our bodies, and our creative fire. Today's episode is both a ritual and a remembrance. It's an invitation to return to your light through the power of writing. We're aligning with the energy of the summer solstice right now, the longest day of the year, and a time when the sun is at its peak. And we're asked to meet that brilliance with our own. This is more than a seasonal shift. This is a mirror, a moment to pause, reflect, and reconnect, and to ask, where have I dimmed my light? And what would it take to rise again? So the sun has been rising higher and higher and staying longer here in Hawaii. We are feeling that. And I've been rising with it, but not always with ease. There's seasons where I've noticed that I've dimmed myself unknowingly, through overgiving, through burnout, control, disconnect from myself and others and my true purpose. And I'm running on willpower and not my own wisdom. I'm running on what everybody else says for me to do and what I need to be doing and all of the shoulds that I'm shoulding all over myself. And I'm not anchored into the practices that actually feed my soul. And I notice a lot of my clients doing the same and a lot of my sisters doing the same. These rituals, such as breath work, movement, rest, and writing, these are so powerful to bring us back to our truth and back to our power. But lately, here during the summer solstice, I've been returning back. I've been returning back to the earth's rhythms. I've been returning back to my body. I've been returning back to the pen. And in my Inspired Author program, I do teach people somatic writing practices, and I do teach you to take pen to paper. And this episode is going to explore the science behind that and why it is so incredibly powerful for us to meet ourselves on the pages of our journals, a random notebook, maybe a napkin, whatever you have around. But it's not just about sitting behind a computer and typing it out. That is also a form of disconnection. So here's what I've realized about myself and a truth that I see in a lot of my clients. Writing has become one of my most powerful methods of remembrance. And I see it happening with my clients as well. And it's not just a reflective practice. It's not just planning. It's deep and sacred act of rewiring, recentering, and re-choosing your life. When I write by hand, not type, pen to paper, something shifts. I don't just think differently. I feel, I embody, and I commit. It's like I'm signing a soul contract with myself. And y'all, I see this with my clients over and over and over. When they bring these practices into their life, they take inventory weekly of where they're at and things that they might be struggling with, and teach them how to reframe those thoughts that are playing in the background, those inner critics that are in the background, the inner saboteur that's in the background. When we can see that on the page, we can do something about it. We can rewire, we can reframe, and we can write a different narrative. So I want to share a little bit of fascinating stuff that's coming up. I'm working on one of my books right now and diving into the science. I'm reading everything I can to research this book that I'm writing. And I'm finally catching up and finding things that back this theory that I've had for so many years about writing actually being medicine for people. And writing by hand, there's study after study that's showing that it actually changes the brain and it heals the body and it deepens the experience. So here are just a couple studies that I have found in the research of my new book. Mueller and Oppenheimer in 2014 found that students who handwrote their notes retained more conceptual understanding than those who typed. Why? Because handwriting forces you to process, not just transcribe. In another study, Vandermeer and Vanderweel in 2024 used high density EEGs where they connect to your brain's activity. And this study actually shows that handwriting lights up more areas of the brain than typing. This is activating your motor, your visual, and your sensory areas that are linked to memory and integration. This is huge. And then in N400 ERP study, handwriting actually triggered stronger emotional and semantic brain signals and even improved mood during learning. So writing by hand is not just expressive. The science is showing us that it is actually an embodied, somatic, sacred practice. And it is actually helping us rewire and light up parts of our brains that might have gone dormant. You can literally rewrite this, y'all. It's amazing. So somatic means of the body. And when I write by hand, I'm not just thinking, I'm moving, breathing, feeling. It actually slows me down. It grounds me. And I begin to remember. My clarity is in my body. My wisdom is in my breath. My truth comes through when I write. I'm able to see narratives that aren't serving me anymore, and I'm able to rewire those. Spiritually speaking, writing becomes a ritual and a commitment device. It turns your thoughts into something real and felt. It acts like a bridge between the unseen and the seen. You can use writing to take inventory, to rewire those old narratives, to anchor into your new desires, and then take inspired action from a place of inner alignment. But you have to meet yourself on the page first. You have to see where you're getting tripped up. You have to see where you're disconnected. You have to see the inner workings of your brain in order to rewire all of this. So I want to offer you a guided somatic writing ritual today. This is summer solstice writing ritual. You can return to it anytime you feel the call to reconnect with your light. But I do invite you to get a journal. You can pause this podcast, get a piece of paper and an actual pen. And when you're ready, ground into your body by sitting comfortably wherever you're at. It can be a chair, it can be cross-legged. We have this idea that we have to be in this Zen state, but really anywhere that you're comfortable. Sit comfortably, feet on the ground, hand on your heart, one on your belly, and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, connecting back with yourself. Feel your body as you take these breaths. Receive the breath, receive the light, and ask yourself, where do I feel alive? Where do I feel the need for light? There are no wrong answers here. Just notice and stay present. You can choose a prompt for the day. I'll include them in the description of the episode. The truth I'm ready to live is, I now commit to nourishing my light by the parts of me that are ready to bloom are. I'm releasing the part of me that calling in. Write slowly by hand. Don't censor it. Don't edit it. Just let it flow. When you're done, you can write a contract to yourself. I place your name here. Commit to living into this truth. Sign it, date it, place it somewhere sacred. If you have an altar, a nightstand, your journal, something that you see regularly, maybe on the refrigerator. And then place both hands over your heart. Read one line aloud from what you wrote and say softly to yourself, "This is mine. This is true. And I'm rising into it now." Just want to remind each of you, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply remembering. You are being called back to your body, back to your breath, back to your essence, back to your light. Let the solstice be a turning point for you, not because you need to hustle harder, but because you honor what already lives within you. Writing is your ritual, your revolution, your way home. If this practice moved you, I invite you into deeper community. The Right to Rise Collective membership is now open. This is a sacred space for women who are ready to rise from the old narratives and rewrite their path forward. Inside, I teach somatic writing practices that help you move your story, your body, reclaim your truth, and take inspired, aligned action toward the life you're here to live. We gather in community, we write, we rise together. If you're ready to write it into being, whatever that is, whatever that dream of yours is, your next chapter begins here. You can join us inside the Right to Rise Collective. I'll create a link below in the descriptions for more details. And until next time, keep writing, keep rising, and keep honoring the light that you are. Happy solstice, everyone.